It looks like the Callisto Protocol has some problems, and this is really unfortunate. I was really looking forward to this game. I was actually kind of excited to play it, but my pre-order was delayed until Monday for some reason. I don't know why. Something's been going on with Amazon. They're not getting stuff out early enough. So this time, it actually benefited me. I canceled it. Maybe I'll wait for a sale. I don't know. I was watching Heel vs. Babyface stream the game earlier. He refunded it because you can refund a game on Steam 2 hours in. You have 7 days or 2 hours gameplay. And yeah, after watching him play it, I also watched a couple of reviews from YouTubers. I'm not going by game journalists. I'm going by what some YouTubers did in their reviews, and it seems that the game has problem. It's very linear. It's a hallway game, basically. You're pushed in the same direction. There's no puzzles. It does not sound anything like the original Dead Space. It's clunky. It's got bugs, the performance issues. There's enough complaints here to skip, and this is unfortunate. We're talking about a game that was so violent. Japan refuses to let it be published in their country. But this isn't the normal thing. It seems that the reviewers are actually right this time. And it's not because the game's too hard, though some of them are. So this from Sophia Narwitz. Multiple Callisto protocols are complaining that the game is too hard. And at first, I would say, well, you know, game journalists, these are the same people that want easy mode in Dark Souls. But the reason that it's hard is because of clunky combat, performance issues, stuff like that. I saw somebody say that the combat in the game is like Punch-Out. It was Mecha McCheese on Twitter. Said the combat is like Punch-Out. And I guess that wouldn't be bad, but it sounds like it gets repetitive. And when I watched the Skill Up review, that's what he said. It's repetitive. You fight the same boss, sub-boss 4 times, and then there's like one bad boss at the end. It just does not sound like a great game. And that's unfortunate. So she says down here, bad clunky combat can make games unfairly difficult, so it could be a fair complaint, but where today's wimpy gaming media is concerned, it's hard to tell what's valid and what's not. Many of these folks just suck at games. Never forget this from a Spyro review. And she brings up this, which is funny. I got compared Spyro to Dark Souls. I think this time the complaints are fair. If you go over to Steam, it's getting skewered. All reviews mostly negative. 4,661 reviews, mostly negative. And it's not going good. Don't buy this game right now. It's a stuttering mess. Then runs poorly as of day 1. I will update if they fix it and then maybe talk about the game. The PS5 version also drops frames, apparently, but nowhere near this. Maybe buy that one instead if you can. FSR2 really doesn't help at all for 4K with ray tracing. No DLSS. HDR is broken. The Stutter Protocol. Currently, I can't even walk through the opening area and turn a corner without it stuttering on a 3080 with ray tracing off. Performance is not good at all right now. That's what I have, a 3080. Seems like it runs better on console, and I have a problem with that. Like, I'm tired of these shitty PC ports. That was what I was originally I was almost going to buy it today on PC and then maybe stream it tonight. But I'm passing on that. Because it seems like the game is just a mess. I think I am going to stream a game tonight, though. So follow me over on Rumble. I've been streaming over there because I can actually say things that I want to say over there. So, yeah, this is really unfortunate. The game is getting just knocked in reviews. Here's Metacritic. It's actually at 80 on PC, which is this sounds like BS to me. The PlayStation 5 version is at a 76, and the Xbox Series version is at 74. This is a big release, so a lot of reviewers are going to just give it good reviews, but I'm going by what I've seen. And what I've seen are tons of performance issues and just lacking gameplay. Very disappointed in this because this was one of my most anticipated games of the year, and it is bad. You can see here the Callisto Protocol PS5 performance beats PC, and Xbox. That's bullshit. It should run good everywhere. Well, they're paying for it. Krafton stock takes a dip as Callisto Protocol launches to mid-70s reviews. The South Korean company is the owner of developer Striking Distance Studios. And the people that made this game, I want to make sure to tell you, are the people that made the original Dead Space, which is kind of surprising. For the first Dead Space game is an amazing game. I'm looking forward to the remake that's coming out. Now I guess that's going to have to fill the void. And, you know, it's unfortunate. I'm just going to play a remake of a game that I was looking forward to, a sci-fi horror movie that was really going to just blow me away. And, like, that's another thing with this game. It's not really scary. It's just packed full of jump scares. Like, that's not horror. That's not a good horror game. That's a cheap horror game. And it sounds like this game is cheap. It's unfortunate. Krafton stock took a notable dip on the Korea exchange on Friday, coinciding with the Callisto Protocol's release and reviews for the game being published. The third-person survival horror game is the latest title from the South Korean company behind PUBG and Terra, the debut game from its California-based studio Striking Distance, the brainchild of Dead Space creator and Striking Distance CEO Glenn Schofield. It challenges players to escape a maximum security prison on Jupiter's moon. It was released on Friday, and reviews went live an hour and a half before the close of the Korea exchange. Krafton closed down 8.41% at its lowest price since November 11th. The game currently has scores of 75 and 76 on Xbox and PS5. So you could see it right here. TCP's Metacritic score is in the mid-70s, apparently too low for Krafton investors who were hoping the IP could become a new pillar for the PUBG company, he wrote. And that is quite the dip. Look at that. So, you know, I mean, this is what happens. This is why I hate embargo reviews, too, by the way. Like, I got lucky that I was able to cancel my pre-order. I got lucky. Because, you know, if Amazon would have actually had their shit together on it, or maybe if they'd had enough copies, I would have actually got it today, and then I would have still had to pay for it. But that didn't happen. Instead, I canceled it. And thankfully, I saved $70. Like I said, I'm not going by what the journalist said. I watched a bunch of reviews for this game. I actually watched Heel vs. Babyface play it for quite a bit. And it looks awful. And I think the reviews line up with, I think what the reviews said line up. I think they're right. They're not canceling the game because it's too violent or too hard. It's just a bad, it's a bad game. It should have been delayed. Looks like they could have used another 6 months. But once again, why is this game out right now? It's because they want it out for Christmas. Be damned if it's broken. So because of greed, they just put it out broken. And people buy it. I'm done with that bullshit. Luckily, I was able to cancel my pre-order. I was so hyped for this game. And it's really unfortunate that it turned out to be like this. And now Krafton is losing a ton of money, and rightfully so. That's what you get. You should have released it in 6 months, fixed all the bugs. You know, maybe if the game wasn't a clunky mess and it was actually running good, maybe it would be a better game. So maybe down the line, if it gets improved, you know, maybe. But I wasn't liking what I was seeing, and it's very unfortunate. Like I said, this is a game that was too violent for Japan, and I was really looking forward to playing a horror sci-fi game from the Dead Space people, and it's just not going to happen. So that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments. Are you going to pick it up anyway? Are you playing it and you like it? What are your thoughts? Also, if you would please share and like the video, make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and my Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, You can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.